and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chengetaivictoria, and today is a finance video, and I'll be talking to you about the costs and the timeline of buying our house. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and let me know what you'd want to see next. So we started viewing this property around the end of October 2020, and we viewed both old and new build properties, and I just preferred the new build properties. I couldn't really see myself living in the old build ones just because they felt lived in, they felt like someone else, and I know you can change it to feel more like your own home, but I saw new builds as more like a blank canvas, and that's what I wanted. And my parents had bought a new build, so I've always lived in a new build for the majority of my life, so it just felt fitting for me to get a new build myself. But obviously there are pros and cons of both, so when you're making your decision, make sure to look at the advantages and disadvantages. So when we first started viewing the property, there was literally no paint on the walls. There was rubbish, like all back here, there was just rubbish everywhere. Like I remember, like we had to literally like hop over some of the stuff that was in this room, and there was no flooring. It was cold, yeah, it was a mess, and outside it was so muddy because obviously they were still building all the other houses as well. And there's only about 20 houses in this complex or estate or whatever you want to call it, so it is a small developer, and because of that there is no showroom, whereas with the bigger developer you would probably have a showroom, so you get to see a house that's been all fitted out with furniture and styled really well. But we didn't really have that, so we had to use our imagination. And when we came, me and my husband, we walked around this house for 2 hours, like just literally going through each room, deciding if like it would fit us perfectly, trying to imagine what it would look like with furniture. And bear in mind, like literally there was no flooring, there was rubbish everywhere. I'll insert some clips so you can see what it was like when we first viewed the property. So once we decided that we wanted the property, we needed to make an offer. So the house was going on sale for about 380,000 to about 400,000, and we made an offer for 350,000, and that was accepted. So we made an offer, it was accepted, and so we paid reservation fee of £500, and that was to make sure that no one else could view the property. From there, we instructed a home conveyancer who began searches. So he did a local authority search, drainage and water search, some sort of flooding search, like loads of searches. After that, we're to show proof of deposit. So I showed my lifetime ISA account that was with Skipton, and my husband showed his proof of deposit, like whatever he had. I also had an easy access ISA. I had a fixed rate ISA as well, so my money was in different places. After that, we instructed a broker. Actually, we instructed the broker before we bought the house, or before we found the house. He instructed me to get rid of some of my outgoings. So I got rid of all the debt I had at the time. So my credit card debt, my PayPal credit debt. I also got rid of my Audi A1 that I loved so much, which I had on hire purchase. So I was paying for it monthly, and I think I was paying up like 170 a month for that car. And so I looked more attractive to a lender. We instructed Argon Financial Services, and we worked with a guy called Harry, and he was great. Obviously not sponsored or anything, but I just really liked them, and he's the one who instructed me to get rid of all, like a lot of my outgoings, and I was actually only left with paying for my phone bill. Like that was the only direct debit coming out of my account after that, which was fantastic. So thanks Harry for that. But we did actually change the broker after that. I won't go into the reasons for why we changed broker, but we did. So we went with the new broker, and he helped us set up life insurance, building and contents insurance, and he also got us our mortgage in principle. This was around end of November, December time. So we've actually viewed this exact property on like the 10th of November, and then obviously we're still working with the other broker, but when we changed to the new broker, it was around the end of November, I think, and that's when he gave us our mortgage in principle, and as well he set up our life insurance and building and contents insurance. On the 8th of January 2021, we received our contract, and we went back and forth for a while. There were things wrong in the contract, like little things, to be honest. Like I think they got the property number wrong, our names were spelt wrong, just little things, I can't remember. But by the 28th of January, then we signed and sent off our contract. At that time, we also received the transfer deed too, and we paid the deposit as well in January. We finally completed on the 23rd of March 2021. That's when we heard the good news. And if you haven't already watched my previous video when I let you know about my premature labor story, then please go check it out. But at the time we were in hospital, and so this was really good news at the time of obviously a lot of things being really stressful. So to be honest, it did take a while, but I think that's because there was Christmas, so there was about a week's break where obviously our solicitor wasn't working at that time, and then I think in January as well, people take holidays, so I think there was a bit of delay around that time because of that. And then I think as well with the developer side, I think they also had they were just a little bit slow as well with that. So some information about the property. So our house is a 3-bed house. It has obviously a living room, and here is the dining area, and there, so it's like an open plan living room and dining area together. And then through this door there is the kitchen and utility room, and then we have a downstairs toilet down here. Upstairs there is another family bathroom, which I'm sure you've seen if you follow me on TikTok, which is Chengetaivictoriahome. And then the bedrooms are obviously upstairs, and the master or principal bedroom has an ensuite. It's also, well, eventually they haven't actually finished everything here yet, but eventually it will be a gated like community. So the fees, we paid obviously the reservation fee I mentioned earlier, well, £500. Then we paid a solicitor's fee of £1,784. We paid £99 of administration fees to the broker. Then we paid a broker fee of £599. So on top of the deposit, we paid an additional £2,982 of just fees. Obviously we didn't pay for stamp duty. That's because there was a stamp duty holiday at the time. So had we bought the house at a different time, then we may have had to pay stamp duty. I hope this was really helpful to you guys, and I'll insert any more clips I have here. So we are on our way to see the house that we're buying. It's a new build, so this time we're hoping that it's finished. We haven't exchanged contracts yet, but we're in the process, and hopefully by the end of this month. Today's the 8th or 9th of January, and we're hoping to exchange by the end of this month so that we can start moving in February. We're on the motorway, hence why it's a bit bumpy. Our appointment's at 12. It's 11:51. We might be a little late, but it's fine. Anything to add, Simba?
So really what we want to do is snagging. If you buy new builds, you'll be aware of the process. So we just want to check little things like if the painting's alright, if the water's fine. So those are the kind of things we're going to look to do today, and also to just measure up for when we want to buy our furniture as well. So yeah, we look forward to doing that today, and obviously it's such a nice day as well, so we're really happy about that.
We're here. So we're going to show you. It's still a bit of a mess, unfortunately, like proper muddy. Yeah, as you can see, this is actually the house we first initially viewed, but then what happened? Oh yeah, it was bought by a cash buyer, so we missed out on this one. But I'm actually really happy with the one we have. I think we have more space where we are.
So I'll show you around the back first.
think it was in November, wasn't it?
Huh?
We last came here in November.
Was it?
Yeah.
Fun.
Looks good. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next Thursday for another finance video. But please check out the Vlogmas vlogs as well. I'm trying to get into vlogging, me and my son. I'm actually loving it. I do love it, and I'm actually really enjoying YouTube. Anyway, before I go off on a tangent, bye!